Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome back to the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial 25th anniversary here, 2018 in Radotín. I am Steven Stamp, joined once again by Connor Wilson. You can follow me at StampLax on Twitter and at Connor Wilson LAS.
Boom.
Stands for LaxAllStars. We have a terrific matchup here, a play-in game. Turku Titans with the ball. Yemi Viren runs across the top and bounces home the first goal. What a start, 23 seconds in for the Turku Titans.
Great to get an opening goal from your draw guy. Never bad. I mean, they've got a really strong contingent of offensive players, so to get a goal like that early on, that's a good sign.
And Yemi Viren, he is a draw guy, but he plays offense, a regular role in the offense, which is not that common. You have guys like Chase Fraser in the NLL who in junior that he took face-offs and played forward, and when he got to the NLL they said, you know, we don't really need you taking a lot of face-offs. Jimmy Viren almost has his head taken off, but Turku comes up with it. Joachim Miller is going to drive towards the net, and the Titans are playing TJ Malesice. Excuse me. I was practicing before and I knew I'd screwed up the first time. TJ Malesice, there's a player knocked down over the corner, Robert Reitela, but they do get the ball back. Rope Jokela across the top, there's the shot. Right into the chest pad though. Malesice has some of the brighter uniforms with the brilliant yellow. And of course the Turku Titans, as Jokela fires 5-hole, finds the back of the net, and just like that it's 2-0.
Does a great job keeping his stick away from the goal. Mm-hmm. You know, butt end kind of pointed right there, and when that defender steps in front of it, he's very good at just wrapping that stick around and surprising the goalie, catching him unaware.
We've talked all weekend and all last year at the Euros about this is one of the favorite moves by Rope Jokela is to come around the top and shoot on the run. He comes off the screen. You can see what a great screen he used. And the goalie, Aleš Hřebeský, throws his hands up, but what's the defender going to do in that case? If you don't get out on him in time, you're going to be in the way.
Sure.
Again, possession for the Titans. This is the first of the play-in games where the Titans finished second in their gold group. Malesice finished first in their silver group. So this is the chance for the teams in the bottom 12 to move up into the top 12 for next year. And the chance for the teams in the top 12 to keep moving towards a championship. If Turku loses here, they're not dropped into the bottom of 12. There is a chance they could drop down.
Yeah, if you lose this game, the highest you can finish is 9th, I believe.
Right, 9th through 12th, right?
Believe so.
Would be that.
I believe it's an 18 lower, bracket. It's 9 through 16.
Right. It would be. Yep. That makes sense because there's 3 separate sets of quarterfinals.
Correct. Yeah, so you've got 1 through 8, 9 through 16, and then 17 through 24.
Right. Malesice back up to the top. Martin Toilar spots a cutter through the middle. Can't get it to him, and here comes Miller with the slow break. He's got the trailer as Jokela, and they will get it to him. Rope Jokela steps off away from the double team, doesn't like what he sees, so hands off to Jarno Aaltonen. Aaltonen backing his way in, gets a pick from Joachim Miller. That's a couple of big boys out there. Miller gets it back, the shot. He was in the crease, but the save was made anyway. Aleš Hřebeský has to enjoy making that save, even if it was a crease call, because he's let 2 shots in already. You need a little confidence as a goalie.
Hey, making a save is making a save. Might not count in the stat book, but
I think it really does help the confidence. So Thomas Baran takes a look, tries to get to Pavel Pasica. He does. Pasica takes the shot at Lori Usitalo going to his left, but Usitalo managed to plop down just enough to get in the way. Oh, nice effort to try and get it ahead by Koskinen, but the ball bounces up over the boards. He was trying to get it to Markus Matala. Here comes Malesice again. And a direct drive to the net and bouncing far side, Adam Pedrushek. What a great shot. I thought he was going to go with the dish, and then he saw the lane he liked and just bounced to far side.
That's a great shot. Not a lot that Usitalo can do there. He's kind of doing what he should be doing, protecting that near pipe and trying to get over to make that save, but it's a tough one. Yeah, and tough little bouncer, right? I mean, that adds another element to it.
It does, and you can see the slide by Risto Swantausta for Finland, or for Turku, and he, I thought he didn't do a terrible job of getting down on there. He just half a step slow of getting onto the man who was cutting down.
It was a big goal, cut the lead in half. Now TJ Malesice back on possession.
And again, when you're a silver group, it's a little, teams have played, as a stop by Usatalo, have played in the past against higher ranked teams, but this is the first chance here. Kimi Aho, we remember seeing him break his shaft earlier in the tournament, and he's got that burnt orange shaft now. It's a pretty nice looking shaft I think he's got there. That's going to be an over and back, or it's going to be Kimi Aho just banging the man off the ball. Raitala is up there, but there are 5 yellow shirts. They'll slow it down, hand it off to Joachim Miller, and he'll leave it there. Rope Jokela, whose younger brother is in British Columbia preparing to play a Junior B season in goal. The youngster, 17 years old, I believe, is headed over.
And we got to see him play here last year. He's really an exciting young player. I think the kid's got a ton of potential.
Quite the up-and-comer. I hear he's a very good young goaltender. Haven't had a chance to see him myself. This is my first time in Prague. First time, of course, at the Hřebeský. And I've started looking into plans for next year. Hopefully you guys want me back.
Already booking. We like it.
Well, you probably get the best deal on flights.
Okay, I don't think they sell flights more than 3 to 6 months out. So
they need to accommodate my level of planning.
Yeah, I think you can probably hook up your hotel reservation.
Okay, Aaltonen to Raitala. I'm enjoying the bowling hotel. There's a shot from Raitala on the outside. Oh, not quite scooped up by Malesice. So Rupe Jokela gets it back, throws it up top to Raitala. Jimmy Viren comes out to be at the top of the formation. He'll take the pass now from Kasalmi on the far side. Jokela. Nice two-man defense. Excellent job. He still gets a good shot off. Ball is scooped up, and away goes Mikael Husvar.
Great job in the back check, knocking that out of his stick. Weiren's going to pick it up.
Yeah, Jimmy Viren, what a great hustle. Lots of pressure, though, by Husvar, and they're going to have trouble getting across the 10-second line. Jonas Martin and is not able to get ahead, and it will be 10 seconds. Great forecheck by Malesice. Boy, it looked all Turku early in the game, and Malesice really seemed back on their heels, and we were mentioning it's a chance for the silver group teams to move up. Do they get a little intimidated? Maybe they were early against this Turku team, but now they certainly look like they're ready to play.
Maybe it's not intimidation so much as the competition you've been playing against, right? If you're finishing in your second gold, you probably played a pretty good team. Mm-hmm. If you're finishing first in silver, you may have won both your games against, perhaps weaker competition.
Lower level, yeah.
Yeah, so it can be tough.
That's a great point. Just have to adjust to the speed. You can watch film and everything, but until you're on the floor with an opponent, it's pretty hard to know exactly how you match up against them.
I've played here 4 years before, 4 times before this, and we've definitely been in some pools where we played some games and weren't necessarily all that hard, and then you go out and play your first playoff game or a second. Mm-hmm. It's a huge switch, and those first couple of minutes can definitely have an impact on how you fare.
It's a great point. Rope Jokela gets a pick. Nice two-man defense again. Rene Kallinen trying to open things up. Now he's going after the loose ball. It pops out. Aaltonen has it. Flips it back to Jokela. He'll like that shot, but it even betters the pass. Raitala misses just a bit wide. Jokela with the bump, and the 30 will expire. We're almost we're over at 8.5 minutes in already. Boy, these games really fly. Of course, this round and the quarterfinals remain at the 2 15-minute running time halves with 2 minutes of stop time at the end, and then things lengthen out a bit for the semis and finals. We'll get into that later. Usatalo with the save. Doesn't know where the ball is. It's in his pad. And that was a strange play by Usatalo to step back towards the line. That's maybe a more experienced box goalie will step to the side of the net. So if the ball does fall out, it doesn't trickle into your net.
Do you know what the FIL rules are on that? Would it still count when he plays?
Yeah, if it hasn't been blown down. Once the whistle plays blown down, you're okay. But Usatalo was backing to his line before the whistle, right? We have an on-the-back push. So Aaltonen will start with possession and fresh 30 seconds for Turku. He's going to spin down, nobody to help. Now the help comes, and really comes with a vengeance. That is Vaslav Cherny, but they will just roll off it. Kasalmi will get that shot and goal. What a lovely play. a perfect placement on that shot by Kaselmi. I mean, as a goalie, it's tough to stop when the guy gets in naked on you. You can go wherever he likes.
In the FIL, you get the bigger nets. And they are big. And if you can get that guy moving as you're coming across the crease, it definitely opens up an opportunity.
Here's Kaselmi coming again. You mentioned the nets in CLA play-in, a lot of play around the world. It's 4 feet by 4 feet 6, 4-6 wide. There's a shot by right. Let's stop. It goes straight to Kaselmi, who switches hands, as we were talking about a little earlier today, and picks the ball up, makes the pass out. And that extra 3 inches of width is huge, because you think about it, as a goalie, you need to know that you've got the post, the line to the post, penalty coming, the line to the post covered. If there's an extra 3 inches, that's just a little more than the width of the ball. And if you are in the position where you would have had it covered, it can now go in, and that's all the difference in the world.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a slashing call against Malesice. Ladislav Kopstein heading to the wrong box. They direct him to the correct box. The penalty boxes are on the same side of the floor, the same side of center as your bench. They come up with the possession. Indris Plecici makes the pass ahead. Nice little lob pass to get into the offensive zone. Huzvar will toss it back off, and he's going to get to the bench for a bit of a rest. Kamil Terlik. Back up to Terlik. It gets away from him. He's not going to get there in time, and it'll be an over and back. Swantowska is trying to find out what direction he wants, the bench wants, and they call him off the floor. Aaltonen starts with it. Power play coming. 10 seconds left for Turku. Aaltonen cutting down, shovel pass. It's too high. Gets away from Kalinin, but Reitala cuts it back. Hard pass and nice save. Coming hard across the floor, Aleš Klokan. Now Jokela with the hard shot early in the shot clock. That's going to roll all the way back down to Lauri Uusitalo. Now we've got 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Pretty tight game. Turku with a 2-goal edge, but Malesice looking more and more comfortable as they go. Be interesting to see if that's a pattern of the silver group teams taking a bit of time to adjust and then getting back into the battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great effort, but Uusitalo either got it or it hit the crossbar. Hard to tell from here. That ball is going to bounce out of play, and it's a turnover as the pass was being made by Turku, so here comes Malesice again.
I'm also really curious to see if the scoring pace picks up a little bit when the teams switch ends and they've got their benches and their offensive zones. Because this first half, I got to be surprised. I thought we were going to see a couple more goals than 4. And we still have 2 minutes left, so I can be proven wrong. Happens all the time.
Oh, off the post, almost. Adam Pedrushek, very close to burying that one, but the outside of the post instead of the inside. He had Uusitalo. He did have room to get it on the inside. Just barely missed.
The wider nets. I really like how Uusitalo plays because he forces you to shoot far side.
Yeah.
Right? He's not going to give up a near side goal very often.
Very rarely.
And if he can guess right and make that far side save, it's an effective strategy. I think, especially in a larger net.
About the only way I've seen him beaten near side is if you can get him convinced that you're going that way, he'll move enough that there's a spot to bounce it between his shin, right calf, and his thigh. That little bend, that's where you can go. Other than that, he really doesn't give you much on the near side.
No, he's a great goalie. I've been extremely impressed by him, and he's just a great person as well. A
lot of fun. Well known for playing. He plays goalie and out in field lacrosse, right?
Yeah, he was a stud for Finland in the 2016 Euros. They did really well, finishing 3rd, and he was a big part of that. I mean, he was soaking up everything in the 6x6, and so he's a really good goalie.
Indris Plecici passes it down. There's a shot to the far side, turned away by the hand of Uusitalo. As Pavel Paseka got the shot off. Big battle for this loose ball. Everyone's just playing with their feet. It's still loose, and eventually it's scooped up and then lost again. Plecici gets it. We're going to have a moving pick called on Malesice. Malesice.
And well behind the play. One of those things you just look back and you're like, I wish I hadn't done that.
Yeah, well behind the play and 160 feet, 150 feet away from your net.
Sure.
So you don't need to make that play necessarily. And not close enough. So we are at halftime. It's 3-1. Again, a low-scoring first half. Most of the games that we've seen be low-scoring in the first half have picked up the scoring pace as the game has gone on into the second half. So, Connor, we have talked a fair bit about the change in the format for the tournament, the 12 teams in the top half, 12 in the bottom half, and so far it seems like it's working out exceptionally well.
I've been extremely impressed by it. I think you look at the scoreboard from yesterday and today. These are tight games. You're getting a lot of tight games, and that's a really good thing, I think, for every team at the tournament. And those teams that do win out from a lower group are given a shot at winning a title. That's the way it should be. It's fantastic. And even if you have the two best teams in the tournament in the same pool, that second place team in the top gold pool, they can still make it through on the other side back to the final. They get another shot. So I think it's kind of like it's a really good setup for a tournament. Obviously, you have to beat good teams to win it all.
But you should.
But maybe one loss to the other best team shouldn't count you out of the finals eventually. So this format is fantastic. I'm extremely impressed by the gold and silver setup of this year.
Just having a look at some of the jerseys produced by Uncommon Fit, our streaming sponsor for the tournament. Certainly thanks to them for making this all possible, to spread it out to the world. We want as many people to see this as possible. Beautiful venue, beautiful production job by the guys here. Everyone in the world should be able to see it.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And Uncommon Fit has been over here, playing, coaching, forming teams, doing uniforms. It's cool to see a company like that get as involved as they have been in a tournament like this.
We're ready to go. It's 3-1. Turku Titans. Viren squaring off against Podrušek. Podrušek may come up with himself. No, Joachim Miller knocks it out and now winds up being Pleštětí. Great battle off the face-off. You can see the intensity ramping up as we get towards the qualification stages. That one just catches the top of the boards to stay in. It looked like it was going into the Malesice bench. Now it just pops out of the stick. They do maintain possession, but they've got just 14 seconds to play with. Usatalo with the save, bounces out to Miller, handcuffs him a bit, traps it against his chest, and flicks it one-handed ahead. Doesn't work out all that well for him, except that it winds up with Jimmy Viren because it was dropped by Huzvar. Viren behind the net. He's got Kaselmi and will lob it out to him. Kaselmi looks like he was thinking about the shot, but thinks better of it and waits for his mates to get out there. I think patience was a good decision there.
Yeah, these guys are very smart lacrosse players.
Yes. Veslav Czerny with the big hit. There's a shot by Robert Reitala. He's going to go back and get it. Bounces away from him, but he comes up with the ball, and then he's separated. Nice hit by Mikhail Huzvar. Scooped up by Jan Schuss. And now Huzvar has it again. They're going to run out of time very soon. They don't even get past the restraining line. Great pressure, almost single-handedly by Robert Reitala.
Effort play, paying off.
Yeah, we've talked about the talent he's got, and same with like Ropa Jokela and the likes, and yet hard work. Talent plus hard work beats talent every time.
It's just, you got more things.
Yeah.
You got talent and hard work? Well,
yeah. And there are people who will say, oh, hard work beats talent every time. That's not always true. At many levels.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
That's the one. Yes, thank you. Ignore what I said. Listen to what Connor said.
I mean, there are a couple of caveats in that statement, so.
Yeah.
There are exceptions.
Turku setting up on the offense. Still 3-1, a couple of minutes into the second half. I'm Steven Stamp with Connor Wilson. Thanks for being with us. 25th anniversary of the Aleš Hřebeský here in Radotín. Altonen tried to flick that one through. Couldn't really connect with Kalinin.
That was a pretty creative piece of ball distribution, though. I like it.
Some nice movement.
I liked it.
Simo Tepari getting involved. Going to go up to Kaselmi. They've got a fresh 30 after the ball bounced off the net. Jokela spins on the hands. That is what your coach means when he says get on the hands, kids. Just watch Ladislav Kopstein.
He scored a goal a couple years ago where he picked off a pass from a goalie one-handed and threw like 2 fakes with one hand at the butt end of his stick and scored. It was preposterous.
Kopstein.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what he was doing down there.
Apparently something good.
No, it was really good.
Reitala takes the bouncer from Aaltonen. Hard pass across. Gets away from Jokela. Viren goes after it, but it's going to be scooped up by Malesice. A little spin there by Andre Prochaska. That's a hard name to say, Prochaska. I went over with Pavel from the Czech club, some of the pronunciations, just to make sure I was on for this game. And a couple of them, he said, oh, this is how you do it. I said, that is really hard to do during a game where I'm calling play-by-play for a bunch of people and have to keep moving. He's like, that's okay. So Prochaska, Andre, and Turku's going to take a penalty. So we will have a power play for Malesice, being served by Simo Teperi. Yeah, it was illegal substitution. That's what I thought. Didn't seem like Teperi had done anything particularly himself.
4 minutes in, we haven't seen a goal, so there's a big chance for TJ to cut it down to 1.
Yeah, they're definitely looking more and more competitive. A great chance there, but just tipping off the stick. Joachim Miller gets it and goes for a run. He's got one with him. Quick stick, what a beautiful play. Joachim Miller with the perfectly timed pass. And then just the exquisite finish by Rope Jokela.
He knew exactly where to be. He knew the pass. Miller knew the pass to make, and Jokela puts it away.
And I'll tell you, as a goalie, in that situation, there is nothing you can do better. I don't think. I mean, if you go earlier, then Miller's going to take the shot.
Yeah, it was a great finish. Yeah. He had to beat him 5-1.
Yeah, actually,
he got across on him.
Yeah, he was on his post. Just a perfect placement. I mean, I guess you could say you could keep your legs and stick together better, but you have to move. They have to come apart to move, unless you have some kind of little robotic system where you can just glide.
Yeah, I mean that's just science.
Yeah. 4-1, big goal for Turku to extend that lead. We've talked a couple times this weekend about how important that third goal of a lead is. 2 goals, they can come back easily. The third gives you a little bit more breathing room. Great work by Malesice to come up with the ball. Václav Černý waiting for some help. Not looking exceptionally comfortable handling the ball. Lobs it across. There's a release. Nice save by Usitalo, and the shot from the outside by Andre Pedruzek.
Well, there's Kopstein down playing offense. Let's see if he can get another one-hander.
Ball snagged there by Kamil Turlik, and he is running the wrong way. Gets it ahead to Pedruzek. Little spin move, ducking down by Martin Tolar, and the shot bounces off, gets away from Miller. Ooh, yeah, not Adamic. Passes it off. There's a shot from the outside by Pedruzek, but Usitalo stops it. Nice pass ahead. Oh, but I think Harala actually lost that in the sun. Hasn't happened a whole lot this weekend, but I'll tell you, from the booth where we are, the sun is just about to go behind the foothill or the mountain to our right. And right now, it is coming in. And if you're looking back in that direction as Harala was, you legitimately would have a tough time seeing the ball.
Considering this is an outdoor rink, there are actually very few sun issues that you run into. And this is one of those rare times when maybe something could get in the way of a game.
Yeah.
But
it's just very well aligned. I mean, everything about this box has been very well planned and thought out. Or they're lucky, I guess. Jokela, what a play.
Beautiful.
Is it good? It is. Brian Wallace emphatically signals the toes just stayed outside. Now, it looks like a penalty is being called for a check from behind. Will it be enforced, or was it before the goal? Jokela's shot comes right back to him. It's as it's going in, so it should be wiped out. Yeah, it's wiped out by the goal. So Jokela makes it 5-1 and extends that lead even further.
He did a great job of cutting in quickly, picking up that Lucy, and then planting his feet. I mean, he didn't get any closer to the crease.
Yeah.
He kept his toes off the line. That was great.
It takes some awareness and some willingness to sacrifice to know that you're going to fall flat down and somebody's probably going to help you propel into the ground as you do so.
Yeah, they're going to help you.
Yeah, you're gonna. Is help the right word there?
I like it.
Propel.
It's very friendly. Very friendly.
Yes. Altonen tracks down that loose ball off the missed shot. They're actually going to get a reset, which surprised me. I didn't think it hit the goaltender Clocan. Comes over to Kasalmi. He'll let it rip. That bouncer's way high, and the rebound comes even too high for Jarno Altonen. And I can look eye to eye to Altonen. We can reach a long way up in the air. It was still a bit too high for him. And Laura Usitalo, speaking of friendly, just rolls it right for Martin Tolar.
You know, they're only 30-minute games. You don't want to waste any time.
Adamets. I think when you're up 5-1, you don't mind the clock ticking away.
Perhaps.
Yes. 15-minute halves. Running time. Thought we were going to see a dunk attempt. And I'll tell you, Plechety looking pretty good up there. Comes back to Podruzek. No, sorry, to Adamets. Adamets with the pass. Cutting underneath is Tolar. The shot saved by Usitalo. Great attempt. Similar play by Tomas Baron, but Usitalo was able to get in the way. And it cools down in a hurry when the sun does duck behind that hill. Next stoppage, I'm going to put my sweatshirt back on. I can make it to the end of the game.
Well, the place is surrounded by hills. We're not at the lowest point of the valley, so it does get cool quickly. Which actually, after
Altonen, Jarno Altonen takes the pass. A great little two-man game. The lever feed, and then he goes in, gets Clocan moving, and uses his height to dunk it over him. You have to stay on your feet when you're playing goal against Jarno Altonen.
Yeah, I really don't think you can break your knee down. You know, you can't put one on the ground. You have to stay high.
Yeah, and he actually kind of spun and had the knee come down there, and Altonen just did the play that I try so often in my old guys league, but it doesn't work quite that well for me. I don't have quite the hands that Jarno Altonen does, and it's 6-1. That will pretty much seal the fate of TJ Malesice. Good effort by this club.
Absolutely. I mean, 5 minutes left. You don't want to rule anything out, but it seems highly unlikely given some of the success Turku's had with face-offs and draws, and I guess we'll do the same thing. But doing pretty well in the forecheck, getting some balls back.
There's a shot late in the shot clock. It goes wide, and it will be a 30-second clock violation, and Turku will go the other way. All of the games from this tournament are on the YouTube channel where you are watching now, so go and find all the games you're interested in seeing. The schedule is on pointbench.com. Go right at the top. In the middle is the Aleš Hřebeský 2018. Jokela to the net. Great job of staying out of the crease, but an equally great job by Clocan to make that stop. Timeout called by Malesice with 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go. And while we have a timeout, you can speak if you like. I'm going to put the sweatshirt on.
You should definitely put the sweatshirt on. Oh, what a day. I mean, this has really been a fantastic event so far. It's always a great event, but I think the quality of the teams is probably some of the highest it's ever been, top to bottom. And you're just seeing, like, really tight games, which is great. I mean, there used to be
starting much earlier in the tournament.
Yeah, the first day or two, and you're just not seeing that anymore. And I think that not only speaks to the quality of the gold and silver setup, but it also speaks to the quality of the development work being done by a team like Turku.
Well, and you watch a game, these games, you also watch a game like Vienna Monarchs and Helengor. And that was a very good lacrosse game. I mean, obviously things from the work on, they're obviously not up to the level of the higher teams, but they're doing some very good things. 6-on-5, 6 on 5, they pulled the goalie Malesice, but Joachim Miller picks the pass off. Martin will shoot and miss rather wide. I don't think Jonas Martin shoots on net a whole lot. He may have got overexcited. Wrap check attempt by Miller. Great job to hang on to the ball there by Ladislav Kopstein. Let's see what he can do here. That's a pretty nice pass over to the far side.
They should keep him out on O a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, there's a big rip off the shoulder cap.
Although, to be fair, they do have 4 righties.
Yes.
So.
At E-Box, that was fairly commonplace. No, they've got 2 lefties out there now.
Now they do, yeah.
No, not anymore. Back to 4 righties. Oh, no, they've got guys just switching hands. See, that's why I don't like switching hands. It confuses me. There's a shot and the save by Clocan.
See, I like it. Then I just don't have to pay attention.
That's right. Do they have 3 righties?
Doesn't
Three lefties?
matter.
I don't know. They have 5 lacrosse players.
Yeah, there you go. Be a lacrosse player.
There you go. Podrzak gets the shot off. It's going to bounce wide and all the way over along the boards. Picked up by Turlik. Nice stop by Usitalo. And a great grab of the rebound popping out by Severi Koskinen. Makes the pass ahead. Miller very calmly passes it over to Harala. But then he drops the ball. We're going to have a penalty, though. I believe it's Veslav Cherny is going. He started to go to the box. Maybe he just had a guilty conscience. Oh, no, he's going. Looks like Martin Merlik. No, it's 15, not 5. Jindrik Placity and Vaslav Cherny. Both for slashing. So Turku, with 1:57 to play, leads by 5 and has a 5-on-3. And they're not going to just stand around with the ball. They will work. You know, these are valuable chances to work on different situations. They'll go with the 4-on-3 low, as most people feel a 5th attacker down there is just going to get in the way. Raitala to Arnen, Altonen. Kuselmi moving about. Altonen, Raitala. Jokela quick behind the back. Raitala with the skip, receives a skip pass. Quick stick backdoor, Jarno Altonen. That little sidearm sweep shot, which may have come about because Raitala couldn't pass it high enough for him to get overhand.
Great ball movement, and you'll actually see these guys run that quite a bit so that they can get that low, bouncing, 5-hole take.
Yeah.
You know, the goalie's doing a good job of getting across, honestly, so
yep.
That's a good shot to take, and, you know, it also gets that ball out of the passing lanes a little bit if you get your sticks up. I don't know. You know, I'm a non-traditionalist.
Yeah.
I think you
that
know
ball
that.
Actually,
you know that by now.
Iconoclast.
Yeah.
That ball actually bounced off the right foot of Klokan and back into the net. It's a great job by Altonen. And that's why you get the goalie moving back and forth. That actually was a perfect pass. I was kidding about the pass from Raitala not being able to get high enough. It was perfectly placed for where Altonen wanted it. He made that sweet pass. Gets the stick knocked out of his hands now.
I just want to make sure all the kids out there knew
yes.
that you were,
yes,
no,
that's
you're
a good point.
Around.
Sometimes it's a little subtle.
That's what makes it funny.
Altonen, that shot was right in the chest pad. Klokan comes up with it. We're into the final minute of play, 7-1. Turku leads, long pass, almost connected. Great job by Raitala to come back. Podrzak, Adam Podrzak that was. He and Andre both on the roster. 10 seconds for Malesice to get a shot off. Driving through his Placity. Back up top in the hard sidearm shot. They're going to get the ball back for the final 30 seconds of play. But it's going to be shot out of bounds up into the screen. We've got 3 more playing games coming tonight, so make sure you stay with us if you're able to. Thanks to everyone who is watching.
Looking forward to this next one. Bratislava, Yizhny Miesto.
That should be good. There's some
history there.
Yeah.
No question.
Rivals nearby.
Absolutely.
That's going to do it. Altonen will bounce it to the official. The game will end 7-1 in favor of the Turku Titans. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Connor Wilson beside me, at StampLax and at Connor Wilson LAS. If you'd like to follow us on social media, which we strongly encourage, and we'd be happy to engage with you. If you have any questions, any comments, we'd love to hear them. Thanks so much for being with us. We are going to be back in about 15 minutes. Thanks for being with us.
Malesice scores 7-1 for Turku Titans.